Pharmacopoeia. In today's lecture, we are going to cover Introduction to the Pharmacopoeia, the history of Indian Pharmacopoeia, brief about British Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia, National Formulary, and European Pharmacopoeia. So let's start with our first point. So basically, what is pharmacopoeia? It is the word derived from pharmakon, means drug, and poia means to make. And when we combine these two words with each other, makes pharmacopoeia. It is a legal and official book issued by recognized authorities, usually appointed by government of each country. It comprises list of pharmaceutical substances, formulae, along with their description and standards. It is an officially collection prepared by national or regional experts and covers list of medicinal substances, crude drug, and formulae for making formulation of them. The term pharmacopoeia was first coined in 1580 in a book on drug standards printed in Italy. So there are different pharmacopoeia available across the globe, just like Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Brazilian. But important pharmacopoeia which are used are the British Pharmacopoeia, European Pharmacopoeia, Indian Pharmacopoeia, International Pharmacopoeia, and United States Pharmacopoeia. Let's start with Indian Pharmacopoeia. Have a brief on history of Indian Pharmacopoeia. The first official Pharmacopoeia of India was published in 1844 as Bengal Pharmacopoeia. In 1948, Government of India appointed an Indian Pharmacopoeia Committee for preparing Pharmacopoeia of India. Tenure of this committee was of 5 years. Indian Pharmacopoeia Committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.N. Ghosh published the first edition of Indian Pharmacopoeia in 1955. Here is the brief about first Indian Pharmacopoeia. As said earlier, it is published in 1955. It is written in English and official titles of monographs given in Latin. It covers 986 monographs. Supplement to this edition was published in 1960. A list of preparation has been given at the end of some of the monographs. The temperature has been expressed in Celsius scale. The descriptive terms very soluble, freely soluble, sparingly soluble, slightly soluble, very slightly soluble, practically insoluble have been used where the exact solubility of pharmacopoeia of substance is not known. Now we are going to discuss second Indian Pharmacopoeia, which was published in 1966 under the chairmanship of Dr. Mukherjee. Official title of monographs are given in English. Doses were expressed in metric system. Formulation of drugs were given immediately after the end of monograph. 274 monographs from 1955 Indian Pharmacopoeia and their supplements were deleted from this, whereas 93 new monographs were added. Supplement to this edition was published in 1975. 126 new monographs have been included and 250 old monographs has been deleted from this pharmacopoeia. Some vaccines are deleted from second Indian Pharmacopoeia like Chlorovaxin. Third Indian Pharmacopoeia. The third edition of Indian Pharmacopoeia was published in 1985. It is available in 2 volumes and 9 appendices. 261 new monographs has been added to this third Indian Pharmacopoeia. 450 monographs were deleted from the second Indian Pharmacopoeia. Amendment to the Indian Pharmacopoeia 1985 was published in 1989, where 46 new monographs were added and 126 are deleted from the last one. Amendment second was published in 1991, whereas 62 new monographs were added and 110 monographs were deleted from the last pharmacopoeia. The fourth Indian Pharmacopoeia was published in 1996 1996 under the chairmanship of Dr. Nityanand. It has been made effective from 1st of December 1996. It covers 1149 monographs and 123 appendices. It includes 294 new monographs and 110 monographs has been deleted from the last one. Its first amendment was made effective from 31st December 2000 and second amendment made effective from 30th June of 2003. The veterinary supplement of Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996 contains 208 monographs and 4 appendices. Fifth Indian Pharmacopoeia. It was published in 2007 and amendment to this edition was published in 2008. 2007 Pharmacopoeia is presented in 3 volumes. Volume 1 contains general notices and general chapters, whereas volume number 2 and 3 contains general monographs on drug substance, their dosage form, and some pharmaceutical aids. Sixth Indian Pharmacopoeia. It was published in 2010. It was published by the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, known as IPC. This edition would be effective from 1st September 2010. It is presented in 3 volumes. Among these 3 volumes, Volume 1 contained general notices, preface, the structure of Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, acknowledgement, introduction, and the general chapters. Volume 2 contains general notice, monographs on dosage form and drug substances and pharmaceutical aids. Starting from alphabet A to M, these type of monographs are covered under volume number 2. Starting from alphabet N to the Z, that type of monographs contained in volume number 3. Seventh Indian Pharmacopoeia. It is Indian Pharmacopoeia 2014, published by the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission on behalf of Government of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It is presented in 4 volumes. The Indian Pharmacopoeia 2014 incorporates 2,550 new monographs of drug, out of which 577 are new monographs consisting of active pharmaceutical ingredients, excipients, dosage form, and herbal product. 19 new radiopharmaceutical monographs first time been included in this edition. The amendment for IP 7th 2014 was released in 2015 and 2016. 8th Indian Pharmacopoeia, that is the latest edition of Indian Pharmacopoeia. It was released on 29 September 2017 by C.K. Mishra sir, Secretary, Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. It has 4 volumes in total and it contains 366 revised monographs and has 7 omissions from the last one. Details of content is as follows. It has 170 chemical and 15 herbal monographs, 10 monographs on blood and blood related products, 6 monographs on biotechnology derived therapeutic products, 3 monographs on radiopharmaceuticals, 2 monographs on vaccines and immunosera for human use, and 14 monographs on veterinary non-biological products. More specific IR, that is infrared, UV, that is ultraviolet spectrophotometer, and HPLC test has been given emphasis over the common chemical test and TLC. The amendment was released in 2019. This is the summary for edition of the Indian Pharmacopoeia. Starts from edition number 1 to the 8 and its supplements. Now, what the Indian Pharmacopoeia contain? That is general notices, some chapter, then constituent, then committee, and important thing with respect to the pharmacist and formulations, that is a monograph. So here, that is the content of monograph. Monograph content, title of substance, if synonyms are available, synonyms are there. Each and every substance has a chemical formula along with its atomic or molecular weight. Its pharmaceutical category, like it is astringent or antiseptic, etc. Its dose in children and adults. Its description, how it is look like. It is either white powder or amorphous or solid or liquid. Its solubility, whether it is water soluble or insoluble. Its standard, some identification test, then test for purity, tests and assays, storage condition, and proper labeling. This is how editions of Indian Pharmacopoeia look like. Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996, 2007, 2010, 2014 and latest 2018. Now we'll move towards another pharmacopoeia. Next is British Pharmacopoeia. The first edition of British Pharmacopoeia was published in 1864. It consists of two sections. Part 1, known as Materia Medica, and Part 2 contains preparation of the compounds. Second edition was published in 1867, third published in 1885, fourth published in 1898, fifth published in 1914. In the edition 2007, monographs has been introduced for material specifically used in preparation of traditional Chinese medicine. The British Pharmacopoeia 2019 is now available in a hard copy and online formats. Important changes for this year includes 41 new British Pharmacopoeia monographs. It has around 4,000 monographs. It is how British Pharmacopoeia is look like. Next one is United States Pharmacopoeia. The first edition of USP was published on 15th December 1820 in Latin as well as in English. From 1820 to 1942, it was published at 10-year intervals. From 1942 to 2000, it was published at every 5-year intervals. From 2010, it was published annually. First national formulary of the United States was published in 1888. United States Pharmacopoeia 21, National Formulary 16 has total 8 supplement. Electronic version of USPNF on floppy disk was first time introduced in 1992. USP 23 NF18 was published in Mumbai as an Asian edition at the end of 1994. United States Pharmacopoeia 35 NF30 published on 1st May 2012. The latest edition of United States Pharmacopoeia 42 NF37 became official from 1st of May 2019. It is how United States Pharmacopoeia look like. Next one is European Pharmacopoeia. European Pharmacopoeia Commission started working from 1964. The edition of European Pharmacopoeia are as follows. First edition published on 1967, second on 1980, third on 1997, fourth on 2001, fifth on 2004, sixth on 2007, seventh on 2010, eighth on 2013, and latest one, ninth on 2016. It is how European Pharmacopoeia look like. In this lesson, we have learned about the pharmacopoeia. What is pharmacopoeia? It is the co-joining word of pharmacon and opia. We had studied about history of Indian pharmacopoeia starting from edition number 1 to the latest edition. We had looked upon content of monograph starting from title to its labeling and storage condition, and we have discussed about different pharmacopoeias across the globe, especially British Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia, National Formulary, and European Pharmacopoeia. In next lecture, we are going to discuss about sources and types of impurity from the chapter number 1, same chapter, and topic number 2. Thank you.